So when you first started playing Fortnite, did you consciously focus on becoming a great builder? Because I know you mentioned, the early builder. You were, people kind of talk about how you were the guy that created the 1x1. So did that come organically? I like the claps in the audience, yes. Or a 1x1 creator.
So yes, originally in Fortnite, I seen in the early stages a lot of people sort of, going for high kills and not really utilizing the building system because nobody really knew what it would become. And I remember I went up against an Epic employee actually one day, and he was sort of like building walls to block my shots, and I was like, like he keeps getting closer to me and I can't hit him at all. This is something, and then I just kept just building and going with it. First starting off with the 1x1s, then ramp rushes, and then 180 high ground retakes in the early days are the three things that I think I brought to light. And yeah, I had a huge focus on just wanting to push the building mechanic to the limits.
Yeah. And it's crazy that we talk about that. When I'm hearing those strategies that you're telling me, I'm like, oh, those are prehistoric strategies. That was from so long ago, but it was just over a year ago that these things were being developed. It's crazy how much Fortnite has changed. So for players wanting to improve their building, what do you suggest?
As players want to improve their building, there's just, if you want to learn a technique, you just Google it and then try to replicate, go into playground, practice, and then try to, I think a big thing is a lot of people do practice heavily in playground, but there's definitely a difference when you're then put into a live game situation and knowing when to use these certain mechanics. I mean, you could crank your 90s all day, but if you don't actually crank your 90s when it's necessary in game, what you cranking 90s for? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, in a few of the situations I've been in competitive situations, they come up to me, they crank their 90s, and they just shoot it out, and then I get the fall damage eliminated.
You didn't need a crank, dog.
I'm like, bro. I'm like, you can go all the way up, man, I'll watch you. I'm like, yo, choo, 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 choo. I'm like, come back down.